What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. I hope everybody had a lovely day, and I hope everybody is ready to go over the TA. All right, so first off, congratulations are in order. I'm going to hit this guy for anybody who made money off of puts today. Easy. There you go. There you go. There you go. All right. That was easy. All right. But I will say right now, I did not make money off puts today because I am not in puts. All right. Now I actually am in calls. So I want to disclose that at the very start of the video. And we're going to go over in this video why we will likely be seeing a bounce before seeing massive downside. All right. I do understand we already have seen a decent sized move here to the downside. But I do think there is going to be a re-entry in there for the put side of things. And that is why I'm currently not in puts and I'm not jumping the gun on these puts. All right. I do see this is going to be the first day. We do close outside of this rising wedge here on SPY. We have the same thing on SPX. And we do also have a breakout on VIX. But again, I still do see things that suggest, hey, we're going to have that pullback, which is going to allow for an entry. All right. So starting off with SPX, all right, we're just going to, first of all, take a peek at the weekly time frame, all right, and you do look at that right there, and I want to just point out what happened last time we crossed down there, what happened last time we crossed up here, what happened up here. Now, I do understand you have that bad boy over there, but that was before the bear market actually started, all right. Either way, guys, what I'm trying to show you guys is, hey, we are at the high, all right? So, like, even if someone were to have missed out on all of this movement, even though we were screaming from the rooftops up here and people were still getting ballsy enough to tell me that I was going to be the one getting the wake-up call. But so even if you didn't hear me screaming from the rooftops, there is still going to be much money to be made on the downside. And that is because, guys, look at where we are right now, right? 3,900. Let's actually look at SPY, all right? Because that is what we trade here on the channel. All right, you got SPY. You're at 392, all right? Let's round down. You're going to 390, all right? You come back down here to lows. We'll round up here, 350. That's a $40 move. Times that by 100. Times that by 10, and you have, is that math right? Is that? Yeah. Times that by 10 and you have $4,000. All right. There's $4,000 in money in that made no sense. All right. All right. There is $4,000 to be made still. Even if you were to buy in the money contracts right now from right here. All right. Right here, you would still have $4,000 to make. All right. So say you wanted to buy a month and a half out and you want to buy, all right, right in the money. Let's just say, just off the top of my head, let's just say you're buying a month and a half. So you got the January 20 puts. You're buying right in the money. All right. I know, like the 285 puts, they are 1,200. So let's just round up here. All right. Let's over exaggerate the price here. Let's say they're $1,000. You still have $4,000 to be made, which means you still have that 5x coming to you. All right. And that is literally if you wanted to buy into the hype here, and you wanted to just buy this confirmed breakout. Now, what I will say right now is someone very well can do this because this target will, it'll be hit, guys. All right. And we also have another target, which will be down here. And now that we do have this rising wedge breakout, guys, yes, we are going to revisit lows. All right. We do have a target on the board. I only put targets on the board if I know they're going to be hit. All right. This bad boy is going to be hit right there at, is it 11? Yeah, it was. 348.11. All right, guys. So we have target number 1. We have target number 2. If someone were to just pull straight up, do exactly what I just said, buy your contracts in the money and just play it for that move, guys, you got over $1,000 to be made there if you're buying. If you're going to spend $1,000 on buying in the money contracts. All right. So all in all, guys, money is to be made. All right. Nobody have any hard feelings here. Okay. If you got creamed on the top, just know, guys, you will have moves to make up that money. All right, so with all that being said and out of the way, let's get right into the TA. And yeah, all right, so you do have your breakout here from your rising wedge. You have your stochastic leaning all the way down over into the oversold territory here, which I'm just going to say right now, guys, I'm serious. All right. I'm serious. We can keep falling down here off a cliff, but there are things that I'm going to show you in this video that are going to suggest we are going to be seeing a bounce, which is why your boy is playing calls. All right. Now, again, If I made put money on the puts today, I don't even know if I would have taken this risky-ish call entry. All right, I don't know if I would have. I'm definitely a little salty that I did not make an absolute crap ton of money today on the puts. But I mean, all in all, guys, I just laid it out for you. There is so much freaking money to still be made on the downside. And keep in mind, guys, we're gonna break these lows, and we're likely gonna come back down into this box. So if we're gonna take this box into consideration, take this gap fill. Boom. Now you have $5,000 to be made on in the money contracts, right, guys? And there you go. There's a 6x on your money, 500%. All right, and that's literally you buying and just hodling. All right, that is like no worries, stress-free living over there. Someone asked why I buy so much time on my contracts, because stress-free living. I want to learn how to trade stress-free, straight up. Okay, so if I find this method that works and I keep putting reps in, and now, a year from now, guys, I'm gonna have no stress doing this whenever the hell I want to. I'm gonna have a money printer constantly. All right, so that, I mean, it's technically already a money printer, but you know, in the future, it's gonna be a more well-proven money printer with more proof of concept to back it. All right, guys, so I'm just going to run over the setup real quick for you guys, all right, just in case anybody wanted to hear it again. You hit your trend line, you hit the 200 MA, you cross back under your 200 MA, which gave you another sell signal, and then you also have your golden pocket. So you're in your golden pocket. Oh, and you had this gap fill 408.46 that we're actually going to take it off because it's not going to matter. Oh, on top of that, you had that bearish divergence going on, all right? So I'm just letting you guys know, when you see a setup like this and you didn't jump on puts, I'm telling you guys right now, you had a bias. Okay, you had a bias, and you need to do everything you can to eliminate that bias, because this setup was very clear as day. It was very, very easy to spot. All right, but I will say, all right, there was probably, I mean, even myself, people are commenting, people are like, oh, but it's gonna squeeze higher, it's gonna squeeze higher. Yeah, so you get a little nervous, all right, but there's no reason to be nervous if you're buying them contracts with time on them. All right, so let's get into it. I have a lesson that I learned today that I will be putting into action moving forward. So yeah, we're going to go over that at the end of the video after we go over the TA. All right, so you have your oscillators hinging down. Obviously, they're going straight down. You have this one going right into the oversold territory. You have your CCI almost to the oversold territory, which leads me to believe, like, hey, guys, if we're going to get one hell of a sell-off off of PPI and FOMC, we're going to need a bounce. All right, we got PPI on a Friday. It does not make sense. If we are going to die off of PPI, it does not make sense to fall into it. All right, so if we fall into PPI into Friday, guys, PPI is probably going to be bullish. All right, if in which I'm just saying that's going to bring back that Fed pivot narrative in full effect. All right, so get ready for that if that is going to be the case. I don't know if it's going to be the case. All right, I don't think it is going to be the case, which is why I'm in calls right now. All right, even though we do have this breakout. All right, so but if you do end up rising into PPI, then I expect it to be negative. All right, and that would mean pretty much at FOMC, the whole market would know from the point of PPI that comes out. If we get a bad number there, if we get a hot number, all right, straight up, that's terrible for the market. That's going to signal to the Fed, hey, you cannot slow down. There's not a chance you can slow down. All right, so that is going to be so freaking rough. And since I do think that is going to be the case, I do think we are going to rise into it. And also the charts are agreeing with me. All right, so moving on to QQQ. Same exact setup. We don't really need to spend too much time on that. Your RSI right at that middle mark where things happen. All right, so I'm expecting a bounce here. All right, but again, I mean, it doesn't have to. Like I told you guys, this is the setup that has been loading. The weekly setup here is clear as day. All right, no one could have missed this bad boy. No one could have missed this bad boy. All right, so like, even though like we might get a bounce here and there, guys, doesn't matter. We're going lower. All right, we're going lower, and you don't even need to have that bounce. We're gonna look over some scenarios here. All right, but you come over here, IWM. Look at that again. Another reason that a bounce is on the table. In my personal opinion, you are already reaching oversold territory on IWM. All right, and look what happened right over here. All right, let's just look at I mean, it's not really a chart where we can look at like, hey, this is where the bear market started, because IWM just literally floated up here for like 2 years. So that's funny. That's funny. But I mean, what I'm getting at is it could be a scenario like where did I just see that? I could have swore, oh, right over here. All right, right over here where we came all the way back down right when you started coming over here. That's when you started grinding. You started reversing back upward. That personally, to me, that is what I believe we are going to be seeing going into that PPI date. All right, which is on Friday. All right, so let's look at Mr. VIX. VIX had its breakout of its falling wedge, which, guys, we do have to put a price target on the board for that one as well. Let's go right over here. Let's go to patterns. Let's see. Patterns. Is that patterns? That's not patterns. This is patterns. All right. Nope, not candlesticks. We have the chart patterns. Let's just do that, actually. Falling wedge right here. All right, the falling wedge. 62% for down breakouts or up breakouts. 62%. We got to go like a little like that, a little like $15. All right, 15 schmeckles. All right, so we can 15. I think it was 15.44. 0.62, and we got a whopping 9.5. All right, $9.5 we're going to be rising here on Mr. VIX. That is going to be our target number one. Going to be right here. We're going to make that $30. 30 schmeckles, guys. 30 schmeckles. That is the target number one for Mr. VIX. The target number two, of course, is always going to be the top of that wedge. So where was that? The top of that wedge was 34.53. 34.53. Come over here. 53. All right. So we got target number one, target number two, guys. These will be reached. All right. Don't slack on it. Don't sleep on it. That is more like it. All right. So now to go into why I think we're going to be getting bounced. All right. So yes, you have SPX. We're going to start it off with that. We're going to X that out right there. I'm going to come back into full screen for you guys, make it all pretty and stuff. Look at what we got going on here. All right. You're already reaching on your 4 hour. And keep in mind, the 4 hour chart on this kind of moves like okay, let's look at it this way, right? The 2 hours. So I was looking at the 2 hour. The 2 hour moves like the 4 hour on the normal indices. And this 4 hours, just keep in mind, half the trading time that we see on SPY and QQQ doesn't exist on SPX. So if SPX is having something happen in the 4 hour, it means more than over here. It's like close to that daily time frame, all right? Even though it does have its own daily time frame. So but yeah, you get what I'm saying. All right. It it means a little bit more in SPX. All right. Last time you bounced, you came back over here and you did that. All right. I do think we are going to be bouncing, not just because of this. We're going to be going over it. All right. But you do have your 4 hour CCI down here in oversold territory. You got your stochastic ready to cross up. And keep in mind, this is where you bounced from last time. That's pretty much exactly where we are right now. All right. Now we look on the 1 hour time frame. Now, this is something I want you guys to mind. This is something that I've been seeing on the other charts, but now that we've seen it on SPX, I do think it is going to mean something. Should I buy another call, guys? Should I buy another call? No. Oh, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I got 10 of these. All right. I got 10 of these. They were in the money or they were $1 out the money when I bought them. And then the 397s, December 9th, they're definitely down. This is why your boy he should not attempt a day trade. This is it shouldn't happen. All right, it should not happen because your boy he's cool, calm, and collected. All right, so he thrives in those scenarios. But in these, all right, this is a prime example of someone, hey, over trading. This is a prime example of what not to do. Don't try and catch these moves like I'm trying to do, because like the vast majority, you're going to miss, or you're not going to get that perfect entry, all right? And then you're going to be a pain, and then that pain's going to lead to sloppy decision-making, and there you go. All of a sudden, you're down 40% on 10 contracts, and like you didn't want to be down 40% on 10 contracts. But again, I mean, it's whatever. Who cares? All right. I mean, I care, but we got the bullish divergence here on the 1 hour CCI. You have your stochastic crossing up. You have your RSI right here in oversold territory crossing up, hitting your buy line, just like we had over here. We could go under over there, All right, just kind of looking at the history for you guys. All right, going over to SPY. This is primarily what I was actually looking at. You got your 4 hour time frame crossing into that oversold territory. Look what happened last time. You got right into there. Look what happened over there. You grinded down a little bit more. All right, you went down another $5, and then you started making some explosions to the upside. All right. I don't think that is going to be the case. All right. But keep in mind, I have no crystal ball, so I have no idea. I'm just showing you guys the information, the data that I'm looking at to make my decisions. All right. And that's just what it is. All right. So you got your 4-hour stochastic crossing up there, or it's about to be crossing up, and your RSI is right there, right at the oversold line. All right, you go over to QQ, it's the same exact picture. You come over to DIA, it's the same exact picture, except you're a little more oversold there. IWM, same exact picture, except again, you are a little more oversold. All right, now you come over here to the 1-hour time frame. Now, this is something that I saw that did get invalidated. So, I mean, keep that. Well, I mean, it didn't get invalidated. This bullish divergence didn't, but we had a triple bullish divergence going on, and that's when I ended up, I pulled the trigger, but it got invalidated. So keep that in mind. All right, but QQ, it's got the same exact thing. You got that bullish divergence on the 1-hour time frame. Guys, you see a picture here. You see a picture. You come over here to Mr. VIX. All right, what do we got on Mr. VIX? All right, you got Mr. VIX all the way up there on your 4-hour time frame. All right, so even though you broke out, I mean, honestly, guys, it would make more sense for me to back test that, and boom, then you get carried on your way. All right, but keep in mind, VIX has been ready to break out for quite some time, right? Or ready to explode, I should say. And yeah, now it's finally getting that fuel it needed to explode. So, you know, all right, anything can happen. Anything can happen, all right? But you come over to 30-minute time frame, you have this straight bearish divergence going on, and that is another thing that I was looking at. And you have the bullish divergence on your 30-minute time frame on SPY, and QQQ's got the same exact thing. DIA should have the same thing. DIA got the same thing. IWM, oh, what is that? The same exact thing. All right. But yeah, guys, so this is ultimately what I was looking at. And look at that. If we just finish carving that out, I'm going to be so happy. So happy. All right, guys. So I am actually... No, I'm not buying any more calls, guys. I'm not doing anything else. All right, this is a prime example of over trading. I mean, but here's the thing. I didn't do the normal trading today, which would have... I mean, it wouldn't have even been trading, though. It would have just been me, like, absolutely printing all day, just hodling, all right? Like, straight up. That is all... And there is a lesson that we're going to be going over in just about a minute here. Which has to do with this, exactly this. All right, so let's actually talk about that lesson right now, all right? Because I think we got everything situated. I think we got, we covered everything, right? Oh, also, you are at the support down here, all right? So, like, the only thing holding you up once you lose that is like nothing. Right? So, you know, I mean, it really is looking like, hey, you either bounce here or like you're finally going to just come down back into, you know, you're going to start hitting that price target. You're going to come down here. And then I would have to say, like, yeah, this is when you're going to get the bounce. Now, I will point this out real quick. The 4-hour CCI can do a little thing like this where we just grind down, but with the catalysts that we have PPI and we have FOMC. I expect things to be explosive. I don't expect them to just grind down. All right, so just saying, like, my personal opinion is like, hey guys, we're probably going to rise going into PPI Friday. We have initial jobless claims on Thursday, like we do every Thursday, but PPI is Friday, and PPI, it will move the market. Okay, you can have a flat PPI report, but like all in all, probably not going to happen. All right, it's probably not going to happen. But either way, you got FOMC next week, and we all know that's going to cause some volatility. So, like, do you rise going into that, or do you fall going into that? It's one or the other. But like all in all, that's going to well, I mean, but here's also the thing: we also know how the weekly chart is looking. So like, it's conflicting because like, we know something is going to be bringing us down massively, which, like, these are the dates that, like, we'll be doing that. It's FOMC. All right, we got FOMC coming up. So, like, I mean, I just don't expect you to keep falling into this. I really don't. I do expect you to have that bounce. But you did have that first, candle breakout here on SPY, SPX, and VIX from their wedges. So, I mean, you can just continue. I'm not going to say you can't. And you can just literally grind down here and form a 4-hour bullish divergence. But then there you go. You have another thing indicating that you would be bouncing. All right. So, I don't know, guys. I really don't know. I have no crystal ball. But, like, all in all, a bounce is clearly, like, it is, I'm not going to say destined to happen, but it is very probable here. Very probable. All right. So, let's go over Henry's lesson here. All right. Henry's lesson of the day. All right. Henry's lesson is this. All right, guys. Next time your boy locates a top or a bottom, your boy is buying 2-month contracts. All right. I'm going to buy them right out the money. All right. So they're pretty much going to trade share for share. And I am literally going to just hodl until the vast majority of the move is over. I was expecting to come down and reach lows, or at least come at least come down and fill this gap. I could have just waited. All right, I could have waited. But also that's hindsight thinking, and like honestly, I don't want to portray that's not how I'm thinking. All right, that's not at all how I'm thinking. I don't care. All right, like I do care obviously, but like it's in the past. I fully acknowledge like, hey, I'm not complaining about it. I'm strictly saying like, what would I be doing next time? I will be buying 2-month puts or 2-month calls. So like the next like major lower high we're going to be playing is going to be the next major bottom, which I think is going to be in this zone down here. I'm going to be buying 2-month calls in the money, and I'm literally going to do exactly what I pretty much outlined at the first 4 minutes of this video, which is like, hey, you guys are trading this dollar for dollar. You're buying in the money contracts, and you're going for that 3 to 4x gain in like over the next month, and you don't care about this move. Like we're going to have this move here. Most likely we are going to have it back test that, and then we're going to continue down. Yeah, guys, if I was in my 2-month, like my plan is like, hey, I'm not going to be caring about that. I'm not selling for that, okay? Because they're going to be trading like shares, and as long as I know we're getting down here, I don't care about time. I don't care about time, all right? Like, if they're trading for, like, shares, boom, give me that intrinsic value, all right? That's all I'm really after here, all right? So that is the lesson. That is what I will be doing. Now, yes, I will be in other puts, such as, like, I am in here that aren't in the money. Well, now they're definitely in the money now. They're 3 to 350 in the money. Oh, fire, guys. Look at that, all right? Your boy did not buy calls, but he could have bought calls and been immediately up on them. But who cares? You live and you learn. Look at that. You bounced right off of our support, guys. So this is your last support, and if you lose it, guys, there really is nothing, until Banjo-Kazooie, because you literally just, boom, all day. All right? So, like, if you lose this level on QQQ, you're dying. If you lose it, I think on SPY, we have a similar level. Let's look over here on Mr. SPY. Mr. SPY, you have it right here. All right, so SPY, we can draw this on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, so I guess this was a bounce spot. All right, even without the divergences, I guess this was a bounce spot. So that is your last point of support until you literally, you have this, but I mean, this is after it, and like the next real support would be down here, right around 370, guys. 373, 374 down there. Maybe come down and bounce at 385 for a quick little bounce. But like all in all, you lose that, you're probably going to come down and hit that target. You're probably going to come back down here. All right, guys. So I think that is pretty much it. I hope this was a very detailed analysis for all of you. I hope you guys know exactly where we are right now, where the charts are suggesting, like, where are we going. And actually, I just found something that I should probably bring to everyone's attention, guys. Say we do a little thing like this, and now you're over here. All right, for FOMC. Woo! Woo! Guys, head and shoulders. Boom. That is going to require a target as well. And I am hyped if we get a chance to form another right shoulder here, which the charts are suggesting, yeah, we are going to be getting that chance to form that right shoulder. You're crossing up in your stochastic as we speak. All right, guys. So with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Everyone, kill it out there, and peace.